Hollywood, 1989. Amid the glitz and the glitter of a bustling young Disney World at the height of its golden age, the Disney MGM Studios was a star in its own right, a beacon for the show business elite. Then, something happened that changed all that. The time is now to celebrate 35 years of Disney's Hollywood Studios with the largest ever in-person gathering of those who created its magic, the Imagineers who brought you the great movie ride, Muppet Vision 3D, and of course, as you may recognize, the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror will present never-before-seen stories and artwork from the Hollywood that never was, but always will be. This event is somewhat unique in that it will offer a meet and greet and autograph session, as well as 2 days of star-studded panels and presentations. We invite you, if you dare, to register at stage89.com to attend this event either in person or via streaming, or just to get more information. And all event proceeds travel directly to Give Kids the World Village.
This is News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Tom Corliss of WDWNT.com. Please like this video, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell to make sure you never miss the latest from the Disney theme parks all around the world. Real quick, I want to talk about that commercial you just saw. There is something really important about the new ad, other than, Stage 89, which is our great event that's coming up. The voiceover for that ad is done by Mark Silverman. Mark Silverman is the actual voice of Rod Serling and was on all the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror attractions around the world. So I thought that was a pretty cool thing. And so that's our new ad for the event. We really want you guys to be a part of this. If you can join us in person, it's going to be amazing. I think we're up to like 14 different Imagineers who worked on the park. We're going to have 8 incredible presentations as of right now, spanning all the original attractions, Star Tours, Indiana Jones, Muppet Vision, the Muppet attractions that weren't built, and more. You can find out more at stage89.com. And a reminder that streaming ticket is half price only through March 15th. So it's only $10 through March 15th. Then it's going to jump to $19.89 in price. So, I don't want you guys to pay double the price, but in fairness, all proceeds go to Give Kids the World. So I don't mind if you guys pay twice the price. It's probably a few more bucks we have to give to charity, but I'm trying to save you money. So please go register now, whether streaming or in-person tickets. We also sell an individual ticket just for the meet and greet, where you can get stuff signed by those that design these incredible attractions. Again, stage89.com is where you want to go to hear all about it. But here now the news for February 23rd, 2024. In a survey conducted by Casino.org, a reputable site, I'm sure, Walt Disney World was ranked as the top ripoff of USA tourist attractions. Casino.org curated its list of scams by first finding the top results for ripoff on Google Trends and TripAdvisor. They then surveyed over 5,000 American participants in January of 2024 on this data. Respondents ranked the top 3 generic ripoffs as college textbooks, credit scores, and movie theater snacks. 60% of respondents stated that Walt Disney World was the biggest ripoff when it comes to tourist attractions. It's also made it to the top ripoff for the state of Florida as well. A one-day ticket for Walt Disney World theme park starts at $109, varying depending on the theme park and date. For example, the cheapest ticket for Tuesday, February 20th was $164 for Animal Kingdom. A ticket to Magic Kingdom would cost guests $184. That's without the park hopper option, which allows guests to visit more than one park per day. Following Walt Disney World, number 2 and number 3 on the list were the National Mall in Washington, D.C. and the Alamo in San Antonio, Texas. The rest of the top 10 in order were the Statue of Liberty, the Space Needle, Gateway Arch, Navy Pier, the Hoover Dam, Old Faithful, and Glacier National Park. So here's what I'm going to say about that. Number 1, those are all things you should see. We're marking those as ripoffs. Those are things I think it's important to see. Yeah, they're expensive. A lot of things are expensive, right? I think, look, I grew up in New York. And New York living in New York is expensive, right? I remember specifically before I lived here, I used to travel down here and I had a number of friends. All my friends in the area, most of them worked for the theme parks. They worked for Universal, they worked for Disney. And so obviously, you know, the pay rate for those jobs was not great, and at least when they started with those companies at entry-level jobs. So I remember just simple things like we'd go to the McDonald's at Crossroads, and I remember my friends would all complain about the prices at the McDonald's at Crossroads, and I would look at that board and go, those chicken selects are $4 cheaper here than they are in the Bronx. Obviously, that's a cost of living thing, but that part of it is tourism everywhere is expensive, right? Just recently, I went back to New York, visited my parents. We went to a Broadway musical. We had 3 seats. I wouldn't say they were amazing seats. They were very good seats for the Back to the Future musical, a show that wasn't sold out the day before. And I think we paid like $1,000 for the 3 of us to go for, 2 to 3 hours to a Broadway musical. I think that's the cost of going out, right? I think if you go to major sporting events, you go to Broadway shows, things of that sort, they're going to be expensive. And I don't know that I feel Disney World is any worse of a value than any of those other things, right? I know they keep raising prices. And look, there are things in the Disney World experience that monetarily are a problem, right? Should they charge for Fast Pass? We could have that argument all day, and I'm with you on that one. No. Do I think the standard price of tickets for Walt Disney World is out of range of other, national, major tourist attractions? No. I don't believe that, right? And I don't even think the food prices are. I think any major city I visited, and go to a sit-down restaurant, whether it's super nice or they just have hamburgers and sandwiches, the prices are about the same. So yeah, we joke about Disney raising prices every year. We talk about that, and people get all up in arms about it. And my point has always been, look, if $5 a ticket is the breaking point on you going or not going to Disney World, maybe you shouldn't have been going to begin with, right? Because I just don't think that's a huge amount. If you're choosing to spend all that money, you're going to fly across the country, you have to stay in a hotel, whether you stay at a value hotel, off property, whatever, that still adds up. At that point, if your breaking point is a couple dollars a ticket, that seems like a weird point to make. But let me know in the comments if you agree. I'm sure a number of you do. I'm sure some of you don't. I just think based on experiences I've had in other places doing other things, it does not seem unreasonable, right? I've been to the World Series, I've been to WrestleMania, I've been to, all these other major sporting events, and I will tell you, those tickets were astronomically higher. And I think even when we went to the World Series in 1996, the prices were higher than Disney World tickets are now. So, but let me know how you feel in the comments. The previously revealed new CommuniCore Hall mural is being installed at EPCOT. The mural features Mickey and friends in retro spacesuits with references to EPCOT Center of the past and as well EPCOT of the present. We spotted the mural on this side of CommuniCore Hall while visiting EPCOT this week. The building will eventually be where guests enter the new permanent Mickey and Friends meet and greet space. That's where this is. Here we see workers near the mural. Minnie Mouse's ears can be seen behind the worker on the left, with Mickey just barely peeking over the construction walls on the right. Goofy's head can be fully seen from over the construction walls, while Mickey and Minnie wear glass helmets. Goofy sports a pair of goggles. We'll show you the full mural now, if I can speak. The mural was revealed back in August of 2023 during a cast member event. The full display is packed with EPCOT Easter eggs, including the Dreamfinder's Dreammobile airship, a dinosaur from the Universe of Energy, and the robot butler and facade of the now defunct Horizons. During that visit to EPCOT, we noticed that 2 of the interactive areas in the Journey of Water inspired by Moana were not operational, and one was completely blocked off for refurbishment, in fact. Upon entering the walk-through attraction, all interactive water features were functioning as normal until you came up to the pair of water curtains. These are those waterfalls that will open when you slowly walk through them. As you can see, the pathway beneath the curtains has been blocked off with large black boxes, preventing guests from passing through. A temporary plaque has been installed as well that reads, "Sorry, the water is not feeling playful right now. Please enjoy the rest of water's magical journey." Just like the real Journey of Water, you could just skip steps. It still makes it to the ocean. I'm joking. The other non-functioning element is the largest of the entire walkthrough experience, the ocean, and its giant, normally interactive wave As seen here, a child is attempting to make the waves rise despite the signage once again saying the water is not feeling playful. While not interactive, the waves were on sort of a standby mode where they were moving. The waves were happening, but it wasn't the guest that was making them happen. It's no word on when. This is not being listed as a refurbishment. It's unclear when this will work again. But obviously the attraction's relatively new, but wear and tear sometimes more than you expect it to be. Refurbishment on the exterior of Mission Space at EPCOT continues as Scrim has come down from around the planet Jupiter just in front of the ride's entrance. For now, the large attraction sign for Mission Space is still missing from the planter outside of Planetary Plaza. It was first removed in mid-January per our most recent update, which it needed to be. It had mostly faded away. Following its refurbishment, though, Jupiter looks much more vibrant with refreshed shades of orange, burgundy, yellow, and tan. While the sun highlights the texture of the planet, it also lets us see some of the paint drip lines along the top, unfortunately. The planet is surrounded by a circle of spotlights on the ground, which were lit when we visited the park, but obviously it was daytime, so we couldn't really see their effect, but I'm sure it looks great at night. However, the giant Mars has seen better days. We've been talking about this for a while. There's still a bunch of damage up there. Obviously, it's clear they're going sort of planet by planet at this point. They removed Earth, they worked on Jupiter. Mars has to be next, so we assume that'll be the next part of this little project. They've been slowly refreshing Planetary Plaza for several months now, and it's much needed. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, Be Our Guest Vacations. Your dream vacation begins with Be Our Guest and their concierge team of expert vacation planners. Head on over to beourguestvacations.com/WDWNT, and their team will design your next magical vacation, from the Walt Disney World and Disneyland resorts to the Disney Cruise Line to Adventures by Disney and more. They're also able to book unforgettable VIP tours where you and your group can experience the ultimate park day. The best part is their concierge services are 100% free, so book today. Kali River Rapids at Animal Kingdom will open from refurbishment one day earlier than previously scheduled. Kali is currently closed for its annual refurb. It did so on January 8th. Disney later announced it would reopen in mid-March. The Walt Disney World website eventually displayed hours on March 16th, indicating it would reopen that day, but now they've added hours for Friday, March 15th as well. That is in the middle of spring break season, so it's not surprising they may want to have it open for that Friday. The Whitewater River Ride is located in the Asia section of Animal Kingdom. It opened 1 year after the park did with the rest of Asia on March 18, 1999. It was supposed to be called Tiger Rapids Run originally. It was also double the length, and that did not happen. It was budget cut. Fun fact: if you go on Google Maps and look at Kali River Rapids, zoom out. There is a large grassy patch directly behind Kali River Rapids. That is what the ride was originally supposed to be. So almost, I think actually more than double the size it is currently. But nonetheless, Kali, as it has existed, will be back on March 15th. The details and opening dates have been announced for the 2024 Easter displays and the Grand Cottage at the Walt Disney World Resort hotels. This year's displays will be at Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa, the Contemporary, the Yacht Club, and the Beach Club. All displays are set to open on March 3rd. The Grand Cottage will open at Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa on March 3rd. The display will offer specialty Easter treats. Some of the treats coming to the Grand Cottage include a Bunny Pop flower pot. It's a chocolate flower pot filled with jelly beans and 3 chocolate bunny pops. That's new this year. There's fruity cereal Mickey Pops with Mickey-shaped fruit cereal, crisp treats. That's what that is. The Easter treat box has dark chocolate-filled bunnies, a carrot blondie pop, a marshmallow pop, a carrot cake chocolate bark, confetti pop, and meringue nests. The Easter marshmallow pop is 3 large marshmallows dipped in a yellow chocolate coating, topped with Easter quins. And the Bunny Burrow Dirt Cup is layers of chocolate cake, chocolate buttercream, and cookies and cream pieces with springtime decor. That's plant-based. The Grand Egg is a white chocolate egg filled with jelly beans sprayed in spring colors. And the Bunny Burrow Dirt Cup and Fruity Cereal Pop will also be available at the Gasparilla Island Grill from March 3rd through April 1st. There will also be the traditional egg display with Disney-themed creations. This year, the new designs include Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, Disney Animation's Beauty and the Beast, and Disney Snacks. Over at the Contemporary, they'll have an egg display as well with new designs including Elemental and Hercules. Disney's Yacht Club Resort will debut a new egg display featuring Moana. Disney's Beach Club Resort will have a display inspired by the EPCOT International Flower and Garden Festival, including miniature versions of some of the topiaries. That sounds cool. The festival itself, of course, begins on February 28th. That'll follow just a few days later. Two new discounts for spring 2024 at Disneyland Resort hotels have been announced, offering savings on rooms up to 15% and 25%, depending on the offer you choose. Save 15% off select rooms at a Disneyland Resort hotel on Sunday through Thursday nights from March 11th through June 6th. The offer is subject to availability and restrictions and is valid for standard and premium room types. You can save up to 10% off standard rooms at the Grand Californian Hotel and Spa, the Disneyland Hotel, and the villas at the Disneyland Hotel. Also save 15% on premium rooms at the Grand Californian, the Disneyland Hotel, and as well the villas at Disneyland Hotel. This offer can be booked now through June 3rd, and travel must be completed by June 7th. Savings are based on the non-discounted price for the same room stay at the same hotel. The offer is not valid for select concierge, signature, or premium suites or 2 to 3 bedroom villas. It's also not valid on previously booked rooms, and advance reservations are required. There's a limit of 2 rooms per reservation, and occupancy restrictions apply. There will be additional per adult charges if more than 2 adults stay in one room. This offer is not valid with any other hotel offers or discounts. For Disney Visa card members, you can save up to 25% on select premium rooms at those hotels on Sunday through Thursday nights, again, March 11th to June 6th. The offer is valid on premium room types only at the Grand Californian, the Disneyland Hotel, and the villas at the Disneyland Hotel. Card members can book this offer now through June 3rd, and travel must be completed by June 7th, and the savings are based on the non-discounted price for the same room stay at the same hotel. It's not valid. No standard rooms, concierge, signature, or premium suites, or 2 or 3 bedroom villas are included in the deal. And card members must mention the offer when booking and use a valid Disney Visa card or Disney Rewards redemption card to pay the deposit. If either of these valid forms of payment are not used, the non-discounted room price will be charged for the duration of the stay. The Disney Visa card member must stay in a room on the reservation as well. They're leaving out Pixar. Pixar Place is not included because it's too new. They want you to pay for that one. A guest looking to take a photo in front of Snow White's wishing well at Disneyland Park got more than she wished for when she accidentally fell in. The guest, Lyra Tan, who uses the Instagram handle Bright Young Lyra H, was visiting Disneyland Park with a group of friends when she and another guest sat on the ledge of the wishing well, presumably to take a photo or a video. In a reel Tan shared on Instagram but has since deleted, she quickly loses her balance attempting to grab onto the side of the well as her friends try to save her from falling backwards, but she does fall back head first into the well. Snow White's wishing well is relatively shallow with a small amount of water for guests to throw coins into to make their own wishes. After falling, Tan's feet could be seen sticking out of the top of the well, indicating she could at least pretty easily get back out on her own without assistance. After the incident, Tan posted to X, formerly Twitter, about her experience, saying, "I would like everyone to know that I fell into Snow White's wishing well at Disneyland, and I'm using that as an excuse to not do anything this week." The experience is a good reminder not to sit, lean, or stand on any structures that are not made for those purposes, as guests could get seriously hurt. And I've seen this a million times at the parks. I've seen people fall through railings. I've seen people sit on the part of the railing that opens so the horticulture team could go in there and spruce up the flowers and stuff. So just watch where you lean or sit, folks. And no cute picture is worth bodily harm, is what I would say. Real quick, I want to mention a couple other sponsors of today's show. ParkCandy, who provided this very cute Enchanted Tiki Room shirt. You could shop with ParkCandy at the link we're showing now. Use code WDWNT to save 15%. And they have more than just these great button-down shirts. They also have dresses and bottle openers and bags and all sorts of cool stuff. So shop with them and help support us here at News Today by doing so. You can also support us by buying Dinosaur Gertie's Plush of Extinction. And they are almost extinct, folks. We doubled the order due to popular demand, but they're still almost gone. We're getting towards the end. So don't worry. Those of you who are getting tired of hearing me mention Gertie, and that seems sacrilegious, but those of you who are tired of hearing me talk about Gertie, the dinosaur plush, I'll have to stop talking about them soon because they're going to be gone. Get them at this link before they go extinct. Disney Cruise Line has updated the guest dress code for those dining at Palo for brunch and as well the Palo Steakhouse. As of February 22nd, guests will now be allowed to wear dress shorts during brunch at Palo and while dining at Palo Steakhouse aboard the Disney Cruise Line ships. Previously, shorts were not acceptable in any form. Formal or semi-formal is still recommended, though dress casual attire is permitted, meaning dress pants, jeans in good condition, collared shirts, dressy tops, and lifestyle shoes. Adult-exclusive restaurants aboard the Disney Cruise Line ships are elegant dining experiences with guests expected to dress in a manner consistent with the restaurant's sophistication. Palo can be found aboard the Disney Magic, Wonder, the Dream, and the Fantasy. Palo Steakhouse is aboard the Disney Wish. This has been an interesting evolution. I remember my parents went on a Disney cruise long before I did. And my father, does not like to dress up. He's a simple man. And I remember he dressed up, and I asked him how the cruise was. And his first thing he had to say was, "We went to Palo, and no one was dressed up but us." And he was very upset about it. He's like, people were just way down. And then I saw this a bit myself as I started to go on the Disney cruises. And then in more recent times, I've been to brunch and stuff where people are just wearing t-shirts and sneakers and stuff like that. Spirit jerseys, things that very clearly do not meet the dress code. At this point, I think they're getting to the point where it needs to just be like kind of just no swimwear, because that's almost where we're at this point. But yeah, I mean, it's changed a lot over the years. And I do think it's ridiculous, though. Like, these cruises go to very warm places a lot of the time. Dress shorts look, so fun story about that. We went on the second cruise on the Wish. I did not know. We ended up finding a reservation for brunch for Palo Steakhouse. So we went. I wore dress shorts because I didn't bring pants because I didn't think I was doing Palo or Enchante or any of that. So I went in dress shorts, and the server, not the server, the hostess at the stand politely told me I could not wear those, and I was like, well, I don't really have pants. And Jason offered me a pair of pants which were far less dressy than the shorts I was wearing. They were these tan cargo pants they had hooks and loops and so many pockets, and they didn't fit me well either because they were Jason's and not mine. And I remember showing back up and being like, is this really, I just knocked my pen over. Is this really any better than the dress shorts? So I'm happy to hear dress shorts are allowed, because dress shorts and a polo is better than half the things I've seen people wear to Palo and Enchante. I've never seen anyone dressed down. That one's a little fancier. Same with Remy. But in the case of at least Palo, which we're talking about here, I've seen people way less dressed than that. So I think it's a good change. For the absolute latest on these stories and all that didn't make it into today's show, be sure to check WDWNT.com and follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. You can support the entire team behind this show and others by joining the WDWNT Interglobe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. Special shout out to all of our WIGS members watching who make this show happen every week. And you do get an in-person registration discount for Stage 89 if you are a WIGS member. It's worth mentioning. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Tom Corliss saying, enjoy the rest of your today and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.